This is Mount Tabor in the Holy Land. It's where the Transfiguration of Christ took place. That structure on top of the mount is the Church of the Transfiguration, and Lesley and I have been privileged to lead pilgrimage groups there. These images come from a visit in Lent 2013 with a group from our church in Malta, St Andrew's Scots Church. Lesley tells the story from Matthew's Gospel.
Jesus took Peter and the brothers, James and John, and led them up a high mountain. His appearance changed from the inside out, right before their eyes. Sunlight poured from his face, his clothes were filled with light. Then they realized that Moses and Elijah were also there, deep in conversation with him. Peter broke in, "Master, this is a great moment. What would you think if I built 3 memorials here on the mountain? One for you, one for Moses, one for Elijah." While he was going on like this, babbling, a light, radiant cloud enveloped them, and sounding from deep in the cloud a voice, "This is my Son, marked by my love, focus of my delight. Listen to him." When the disciples heard it, they fell flat on their faces, scared to death. But Jesus came over and touched them. "Don't be afraid." When they opened their eyes and looked around, all they saw was Jesus. Only Jesus.
In 2018, we were back on the Mount with an international group including members of Crown Church and Old High St Stephen's. And in the car park at the top of the hill, while we waited for transport, we came across a group from churches in Poland who were singing. So then we started singing, and we found ourselves singing together. Recently, I saw that Polish church's flag again in news coverage from the Ukraine-Poland border. As tens of thousands flee Putin's war, Polish churches have united to feed the homeless and heal the wounded and carry aid right into Ukraine. God is there. He has been there throughout. The troubles in eastern Ukraine started in the week leading up to Lent in 2014, and it led to an extraordinary service in our church in Malta that week. It was Sunday, the 2nd of March. At the united request of representatives of both Russian-speaking separatists and Ukrainian-speaking citizens, we included an act of remembrance for people who had been killed on both sides just that week, and we had all their names. We prayed for their families, we prayed for guidance for leaders, and we prayed for peace. We're still praying with them. But we also did something else remarkable that Sunday. We ordained 2 new elders, Clement Okoro and Ernest Asumange, both Nigerians who had fled for their lives as refugees when warlords shot their neighbours, blew up their homes and burned their churches to the ground. God led them to us. Now they could begin to help to lead us in our international congregation. Throughout this period of Lent, with war returned to Europe, and people as afraid as Peter, James and John were on the mountain, let us also see Jesus, only Jesus. Jesus who died in a country under occupation and who rose again for the whole of humanity. We close with a prayer that we used at that special service in Malta.
Jesus, my Lord, may my journey this Lent be as an adventure, unpredictable, exciting, challenging. May my mind race, my heart sing, and yet may I ever find in my travelling a stillness that is your presence with me, leading me on to Jerusalem, where the truth of your eternal love is revealed on a cross and at an empty tomb. Jesus, my friend, help me show your love to those I find it hard to like. Amen.